What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another week of the Jawn podcast. I'm one of your hosts. It's your boy P.
It's your boy Mills, man. What's going on?
I can't call it, man.
First and foremost, let's get right to it. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Clap it up for P. Happy birthday, bro. Made it another year.
Yeah, listen, in these Philly streets is rough.
Listen, you're not getting older, you're getting better, bro.
Yeah, that's how I like to look at it.
Yeah, I mean, for
That's
sure.
how I
for
like to look at it. I appreciate it, though.
Yeah, no doubt. How'd you spend it?
The babe took me to the beach. We just shot out Jersey. You ever heard of this area called Brigantine? So apparently,
I only go out to Cape May.
It's a little area right outside of Atlantic City. You know where Harrah's and everything is on the side?
Yeah.
You go in there, right over the bridge. It's a little town. Like right there sitting off to the side. They got their own beach. It's real nice though. I called it the Hamptons of Atlantic City because it was like mad Benzes and Bentleys, a couple Rolls Royces out there. Beach houses were immaculate.
Because it's not Atlantic City.
Yeah.
So,
and it's crazy because you look, Atlantic City is literally right there, but it's not Atlantic City.
Ain't nobody want to be bothered with that, though, especially if you got that kind of bread.
Bro, I looked up on Airbnb one of the beach houses that I actually saw for myself. I looked it up, just look for a week.
Shits and giggles?
Yeah, just shits and giggles. Look, let's how much it costs to stay in this place for a week. 11 grand. It was like $22.50 a night. 10 bedrooms, like 11 bathrooms.
All right. That makes sense.
Rooftop deck, jacuzzi, pool, like the house, elevator in the house. Like it was
That's
nice.
justifiable.
It was nice.
That's justifiable.
And it fit up to like 18 people. The key is, do you know 17 other people that you would want to do that with? I don't.
Probably like 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So even
in 6 and 7 I'm thinking of is a stretch because they might start.
That's what I'm saying. After like the second or third day, I'm cool. I'm cool. But it was nice though. I appreciate you asking.
Good, man. No doubt, man. You want to get into tails?
Yeah.
You got something or you want me to hold it down first?
No, I actually got something this week.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, because you put me on the spot last week.
Had to
and I
set you
appreciate
up.
it. Yeah, you definitely set me up. No, so this week for Tales, it actually takes me back to when I worked at the diner. And after watching the movie, old memories came back. And I'm like, all right. So it was this one day in particular. Now, we had a couple cooks, and then we had maybe like 3 or 4 prep cooks, 1 expediter. So if he called out, we're screwed.
Yeah.
And then bartenders, blah, blah, blah. So 2 of my coworkers that were prep cooks got into it. Now the prep line is right on the other side of the actual line. So we hear everything. And they cussing up a storm. And then all you hear knives hit the floor. And you hear...
Wait, why would they hit the floor? Like, you would want to keep them close.
I guess because maybe they was doing their thing. And they're like, well, what you want to do?
Yeah, that's funny.
So I go around to the other side. They like scuffling. You could tell they don't want to fight.
Oh, a little shoving match.
Yeah, you could tell they don't want to fight. But they scuffling like it's WWE. And the one boy got body slammed on a bag of potatoes, messed his back all up.
That's so random.
Yo, because they were doing the potatoes to make the home fries from scratch, and then there was a bag of onions back there because we made our own onion rings. So that's what they were tasked with. One guy got sent home. The guy that got sent home was the guy that got body slammed.
Why I gotta get sent home?
So not only did you get body slammed, you got sent home.
Had that long walk of shame.
Oh man, no, he didn't, because he left like right out the back door and then walked around the building, so he wouldn't have to see nobody.
You still got to live with that, though.
He was mad embarrassed. He didn't even come back.
Would you?
Yeah, if I need my job. I usually got to eat that. You got to eat it sometimes.
No, we got to run that fade. That's the only way I would come back. We got to run it for real.
Yeah, well, he didn't come back.
That's funny.
And then the bull that did the body slamming, he ain't last much longer after that. But I was like, why didn't he, like, what happened? Like, nothing happened with him. So maybe he spun it where as though the other guy instigated the whole thing,
I was
and then
defending
he was just
myself.
defending himself.
Mm-hmm.
He had to let him know he wasn't pussy. So, you know, that happened, and then there was one more situation that happened maybe like a week after that, also with prep cooks. So clearly they had their issues, but it was a story about one guy was getting prep done too fast, and the other prep cooks was like, "Yo, slow the fuck down, because we're going to get this list done before our shift ends." And we don't want her to try to give us no busy work, no extra nothing to do. Not today. Today's not the day. Boy was like, yo, look, man, I ain't with all that waiting around. I'ma do this, and then it is what it is. So he did it, got everything done. She found some busy work for all four of them to do. They was pissed. They all caught the bus and the train, and where the diner was, train station's right across the street.
Yeah.
And, you know, everybody's leaving. They walk into the train, whatever. We had this weird schedule where the diner was closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We only was open Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. So this was Sunday. Fast forward to Thursday, we come back to work. They in there. Old boy that was Mr. Speedy Gonzalez had a black eye. I saw it, but didn't say nothing. Ain't none of my business. But I kept looking at that Jawn. And he eventually, me and him was kind of cool. And he was like, yeah, I see you looking at my eye. You want to know what happened? I'm like, honestly, no. I don't want to know what happened. It is what it is. Whatever happened, that's your business. It's cool. You all right? He was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, well, that's all that matters. So he was like, well, I'm going to tell you anyway. Two of our other coworkers jumped him at the train station.
Over prep?
Over prep. This goes to show how messed up it is out here, and people don't want to work, and how lazy people are. You got mad because you had to do some extra work that you rolled on your coworker?
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
So that's what I got this week.
Damn, my shit kind of light.
Diner work.
My shit kind of light. But so this week we discussing the movie Burnt.
Right.
And Bradley Cooper, Uma Thurman made a guest appearance in it. So this is early, like within my first year.
Okay.
I started working at this restaurant, and I'm learning. Cut 50 pounds of potatoes, 50 pounds of onions, like nonsense work. Finally get an opportunity to like do some real work. So I'm sitting there, I'm plating something. Chef goes, "The fuck is this?" Picks it up, looks at it. Throw that shit against the wall. Plate shatter. I'm like, the fuck? Mind you, I'm every bit of 20. And you know who I was back then. So I go, all right.
Sergeant Douche.
I like, all right. Make another one. I make sure it's perfect. He looks at it. Yo, what the you again? Slides the shit off the table. And my first instinct, I was like, I got a gun in the car. Let me hurt homeboy. And then I went to leave. One of the cooks grabbed me and he was like, he's testing you. Don't break. So I was like, all right. Calm down again. So I make the plate. And now, mind you, these 3 plates, the third one, they all look the exact same. You know what he was bitching about?
What?
Because of the angle, if he'd have just turned it, that's what he was looking for.
Oh, okay. Symmetry and whatnot?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like if the pearl onion was at 3:00 and it's supposed to be at, 7, that's what he was complaining about.
Now, if I was 20-year-old you, I wouldn't have understood it either. And I would have asked myself, what the fuck is the big deal? But being who we are now, experiencing what we experience, watching shows like The Bear, movies like Burnt and everything else, and just seeing exactly how insane this industry is,
Bro.
that's nothing.
And then I became that chef, yo. Now, mind you, I ain't never throw no plates at nobody. I ain't never do none of that.
I think you had an Adam moment a couple times.
Once. But it was well within reason, and I responded a little insane. But my OCD kicked in, right? How many covers we had that night? I'll never forget. 523 covers that night.
Damn.
Right? So I'm on broiler. Sue at the time.
Okay.
But they treated me like exec because exec gets clipped.
I got you.
So, mind you, it's 2 other Sues. But
Damn.
Yeah. You had to. So, because you had me, broiler, and you had to have somebody expediting, you had to have somebody floating.
Gotcha.
Just because we had like 5 or 6 stations.
Okay.
So, my regional was there, suit and tie ball.
Okay.
I'm going. He goes, come here. I'm like, hold on, let me sell this rare real quick. He was like, come here. So I take the rare out, I put it on the side. Goes with me to the refrigerator. I just see a case of eggs on the floor. Just yolks everywhere. And then he was like, monitor your people. I kicked that walk in. I was like, yo, what the fuck? They heard me in the dining room. My GM came back, was like, what is going on? I said, these nasty motherfuckers just keep making messes and shit. Get it the fuck together. That was my only meltdown. It was bad too. I got sent home and everything. They was like, as soon as the rush is over, you got to go. Because we don't even know who you are.
Right.
So that was my only meltdown.
I never had one.
But you was always old and mature, so you never really had to like, nothing ever really was going to take you there.
No, there's been instances in my career where I was there. I just always, when those few times where all I saw was red, I would see Zoe's face.
I don't got a Zoe, bro.
Yeah, I would see her face, and I would just
Be like,
not calm down, but just remember
there's bigger things at stake.
people are counting on me, especially her, and I don't have the luxury of starting over.
That's true.
So let me get myself together. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna fight the air,
Like Trey.
and that's it.
And I feel you. I got what, like, in my almost 20 years, that was my only real bad one. Like, the only bad one.
I think it was as bad as it was is because your regional brought it to your attention. So it was like, okay, they out of pocket, and then for him to see this and know about it, and I not know about it, it's like it's putting me on blast.
It wasn't even that. It was a couple things. Like, first off, the night was already hectic. And mind you, I maintain all types of cool under pressure. I barely sweat.
Right.
But it was for him to know that happened and didn't address it right away. For him to only pull me was another issue. And you got 2 other Sues.
So you think he singled you out?
I know he did, because he pulled me, because maybe like right when the chef got clipped, he was like, you need to be the one that everybody come to.
Got you. So it's like
So my response, real quick, was, I'm already that dude. Y'all Ben should have made me chef. He shouldn't have even been here.
got you. So it was like, okay, you want to be that guy. Well, what's going on with this?
And it's like, bro, it's like, all right, now I'm mad at you, and I'm mad at everybody here.
Got you.
Y'all want to see me turn up and show passion? Not be Mr. Cool Funny Boy on the line? Okay, let me show you something. And then there you have it. But Burnt, which pretty much, there was a tale of just a world-renowned chef who sex, drugs, rock and roll. We said that on here before. Like those kind of chefs, he kind of ruined his reputation. Got kicked out of Paris. Moved to New Orleans.
That's crazy. Not to cut you off. How'd you get kicked out of a whole country?
Well, I mean, they gave tidbits of what he was doing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah. I mean, it was warranted.
Him sleeping with the owner's daughter was kind of wild.
Oh, not kind of wild. It was wild.
No, them sleeping together was kind of wild. Them going on drug binges was the wild part.
Yeah.
So
Touché.
much so that she had to pay both their debt. So yeah, and then he moves to New Orleans, gets sober, says shucks 1,000,000 oysters, and then that was his self-imposed.
That was his penance.
He said that, yeah, that was his penance. Goes to London, runs into his old mater D, who just so happens to be madly in love with him. That was like a twist.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm gonna get you 3 stars. Like, we're gonna open a three Michelin star restaurant. So, long story short, the movie ends. They get the 3 stars. He relapses, but they get it together. What was your take on him, like, when he got to London versus the end?
So, for me, Burnt. Okay.
Go ahead.
Burnt, to me, was the movie version of a prequel to The Bear. Because they have a lot of similarities, they have a lot of differences. But the similarities that they have are like spot the fuck on.
Oh, because it's all the same.
Because it's all the same
It's
shit.
all the same.
Like, it's insane. Like, everything is insanity.
Yeah.
Now, from the beginning to the end, he's trying to redeem himself. He wants to do this. He's still shoveling shit. And he's trying to rebuild and reestablish relationships that he either fucked over the years or new ones that he's looking to build. And it's difficult in the beginning. He has his meltdowns. Like, for example, the tantrum that he had in the kitchen, I believe it was open at night.
Oh, and he gave everything away for free for that
Oh
week.
my goodness. Listen, he destroyed like 12 plates. He used every cuss word in the dictionary, and some I think he made up.
He assaulted Shorty.
When he gripped
You
her up.
grabbed her, yeah.
Yeah, he assaulted her. It's like, don't ever fucking touch me again.
Yo.
And then it's like, all I want to hear is you say, yes, chef, no, chef, right away, chef, and then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, listen. I say that. I'd be like, yes, chef, no, chef, heard, chef. That's all I want to hear when I'm in exec.
Yo.
It's dickish. It really is.
No, it's dickish. Yes. Like, and it's crazy because they'll having to deal with those kinds of personalities on a daily basis, you really have to love this shit. Because the average person to say, fuck you, fuck this job, I got too much pride to come in here and deal with this shit every day. But you want to know a scene?
What's up?
It's a lot of scenes that stuck out to me. But one scene in particular,
please go watch this movie, y'all.
that I'm thinking of is when he had Shorty meet him at Burger King.
Brilliant.
And
brilliant
people. So I told you I saw that. I saw it before.
Yeah.
It came out in what, 14, 15?
Yeah, 14 or 15.
When it first came out and I was in the house and I was watching it, I didn't give the movie the respect that it deserved.
I'm glad
I was in the food service industry. 14, 15, I was the food service director. I ran the kitchen. I wasn't cooking. I was the soup.
Right.
So I'm watching it, and you ever watch a movie, and as you're watching it, you're doing like 2 or 3 different things.
Oh, yeah.
So it's on, but you're not really paying
Background
attention.
noise.
Yeah, background noise, exactly. You couldn't have said it any better. So I remembered the movie, but rewatching it, it really was like me watching it for the first time because being in it, and let me clarify for our viewers, I've never been in it. like this, like burnt. Never. I've been in it, but that right there is a totally brand new experience. You've been in it, and I know you know. So for me, when we talk about things like this, I always say, well, I don't know if I want to do that because it's so crazy. But I can honestly say today that I would want to do it at least once so that I can say that I did it. So it's something that I can not only add to my resume, but just have under my belt. Because that right there, every day, like that,
Okay, I got you.
bruh.
It's an experience.
Bruh. But to get back on track for a second, I'll let you go. That Burger King scene was immaculate because she looked at it one way and he was looking at it totally different. And, she was actually looking at it like, why are we here? Like, I'm not eating this, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, well, it's consistent. And, then it's like, oh, well, chefs should want consistency. And he said, no, we shouldn't. We should want to be consistent in our craft. But as far as menus and creating, we want to be as non-consistent as possible because we always want to give the people something different. When he compared his food to having an orgasm, I was like, he's in it.
Yo, I told somebody, I said, I want to make food so good you don't want to eat no more because you'll never have that experience again.
That's what he said.
So but I said it before this movie. I saw this movie during COVID. So I was already in it, super successful at it. And then it just stops. So I'm just sitting at home. I'm like, I'm getting paid to chill. I don't got to cook nothing. I was just at home just fucking around, making different shit. And then it was on. Same thing was background noise. And then I heard a plate crash. A plate, when he threw the plates in the beginning, I started having PTSD, yo. I was like, what is this? And I started watching it. So I was like, let me start it over. So my whole thing about the movie is it's turned up. Let me
all
just
the
say.
way.
It is volume 10.
But the whole time.
Yes. Those kitchens are not like that all the time. I promise you.
Oh yeah.
I promise you. If that's a level 10 and Carmi's a 9, they're probably 4 in the real ones. That old school way of chefing has been done for the past 10 years. Right when I started.
Okay.
I caught some of it.
You caught the tail end of it?
I caught the tail end of it. But
where did he steal his sous chef from?
Who?
Adam, his sous.
The girl?
Remember, she was working someplace else.
So she was okay. I think his name was Little Tony. Little Tony wasn't working at his dad's hotel. He was working somewhere else.
Okay.
That's where him, the girl, and there was one other key guy. They all worked together. So then Tony left to go do the restaurant with Adam, and Shorty got fired.
Didn't Adam get her fired?
It was like a conversation amongst friends. Listen, what she brings to the table. She's wasting her talent here.
Yeah, because she cussed him the fuck out. She was like, "I told you I don't want to work for you."
And then he said, "I'll triple your salary. What's up?"
Yeah, and it's like,
take your apron.
You're wasting your talent.
Some people don't get it.
Yeah, some people actually got to get pushed. Some people got to get pushed ever so gently into the fire, and it's like, okay, now let me see what you do.
Mm-hmm. Yo, listen. Sometimes it happens that way. My first time on a major station, early on, somebody called out. So I'm like, all right, well, the sous chef about to do saute. He's like, yo, get the fuck over here. You're doing this tonight. I'm like, what? He like, let's go. So I just started doing my thing.
Right.
Quiet the noise. He like, yo, he was like, somebody taught you well. So, it's a different thing. So the reason why I brought up this movie, and then we've been hitting towards the great exodus of how I left the suit and tie. Mm-hmm. So I'll just say this and why it ties into the movie. Remember the beginning, how we started this whole pod? I was saying, bro, I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Can't love someone that don't love me back.
Yeah.
My second week when I was like, yo, this ain't it. Something not right. Now, something was completely wrong. It was a HR nightmare. Period.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with the job, nothing. It was an HR nightmare. And you know me, I don't got a Zoe. So I was like, I'm out. Walked out.
I remember.
So took a couple weeks, went through my penance. Still kind of going through my penance, but it's a little different. I'm going back to it, yo.
Back to the suit and tie or back to the chef coat?
Back to what that movie was about.
Okay.
Re-inspired, reinvigorated, and I got a chip on my shoulder.
Oh, no, you're going back to that.
Yes. I fucking love it. I love it. The pure insanity of it, I find a subtle piece in.
Well, listen, everybody has their vices. Pick your poison.
Mm-hmm.
That's your poison.
I wouldn't even say it's poison.
No, I'm just
Well, I get what you're saying. I
figuratively
get what you're
speaking.
saying. So like, I'm in my penance phase now. Remember in the movie he had the book, and although he would write down how many oysters he did.
Yeah.
I found 3 of my old ones, and I got a new one, and I was just going through them, and some of this shit was ridiculous. What I was thinking about, like none of it made sense. You could tell like the gradual of like when I started to understand
The gradual progression.
I was like, wait, orange butter on a steak?
That sounds delicious.
But that's early on. But that was early on where I didn't even know what the fuck I was doing. And then you get to my third one, cocoa covered steak, thyme sage infused butter. You could just see the progression.
Well, your thoughts were refined at that point by the time you got to book number 3. I think in book number 1, you were a stray dog chasing his own tail.
For sure. That's a brilliant way to put it, for sure.
Then, book 2,
getting a little better.
You went to obedience school, starting to learn how to shut the fuck up and just let things happen.
Listen, yeah.
And then by book number 3, now you're the dog that's showing all other dogs how to do it.
Year book 1 into 09. Book 3, 14. 5 years. I got a new book. So from, what did I say, 14, right?
From 09 to 14.
09 to 14. Those are 3 books. I hadn't written anything down from that third book until the middle of June this year.
Damn.
Wrote nothing. Just wrote.
That was damn near 10. That's 9 years.
I got this shit, bro. It's all up here. But then what happens is up here gets cluttered. So now it's like, damn, I'm going through my mental file cabinet trying to be like, well, I did this one way. And like, oh, wait, then I could just remix it. Like, no, I just went back. I just started writing again. I almost got another book full. From the middle of June to now. Been wilding. So.
Okay, so now we have the why.
Mm-hmm. So this is the part where you can just ask me whatever you want. I got my bars off. So,
well, it was funny because when you said we got to talk about this movie, I was wondering how you was going to correlate the movie into what you want to talk about. Now I see, why, because your story aligned kind of with Adam's in a sense only of the penance part.
Yeah.
And no redemption, no drugs, none of that
crazy shit.
None of that crazy shit.
None of that. I ain't been kicked out. I ain't been kicked out of nowhere. I'm good.
Just wanting to reinsert yourself into the madness per se, and actually being ready, because I think when we have something that we're really good at, and then for whatever reason we get away from it, so much time can go by. Whereas, like, unbeknownst to you, it's going to find you again.
Yeah.
Whether you're looking for it or not,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to come back. You know, just like the thing I was talking to you about with Joe the other day, where we had the conversation with him, how, you know, his is coming back around. And, you know, how if I could actually put the suit back on, per se, and get back on the other side, sometimes I think about, like, damn, like, maybe, who knows? But I know one thing I do know, the more you run from it, the more it's going to track you down. I think because it's like you got unfinished business.
And then the crazy part is, I thought business was over. I did everything.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. There was nothing left for me to do. But what I needed to do was properly close that chapter. I just said, fuck it, I'm not doing this. And then that's how I ended it.
Right.
I didn't have my swan song.
But even though you say you did everything, and for all intents and purposes, you may have, with the culinary industry spiraling and the way it is now, post-COVID, versus how it was when you were in it, it's the same yet different.
Oh, it's completely different.
It's rough yet elegant. You know, it's, you know, fast and slow all at the same time because of who's in the industry now versus who was in it before. So it's like, I can really come back and destroy this shit in a great way, and nobody will be in my way.
Yo, listen, I'm telling you. You know what? Like, I was like on the fence, like, The other day, owner of the restaurant comes in, pulls me aside, goes, "You're the fucking soul in here. I just want you to know that." And he walked away. So I was like, he just talking shit.
And you ain't been there but so long. That's the crazy part. And we had this conversation.
40 days.
And you know what it is? No, but you know what it is? Here's what it is. Perfect.
I do my 8 and skate. That's my mentality.
Oh, yeah. Get in and get out.
Yeah, I ain't here. Yeah.
So remember when Adam was talking to the dude about his lamb?
Oh, the young kid.
Yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
And he was saying to him how your resume is the shit. Your food is great. But then he mind fucked him. He was like, "Would you work for me for free?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Would you pay me to work for me?" And he was like,
100 pounds.
Yeah, he's like 100. What was it? 100 pounds, 200 pounds,
yeah.
300 pounds a week to work to just to work for me. And then he was kind of looking at him like he was crazy. And he was like, "You're great, but you lack arrogance." He said, I need people with arrogance that work for me because I gotta know you can stand up for yourself.
I thought I 1000% understood what he was trying to say. Those two things aren't the same though.
They're not. But I just correlate that to where you are with what the owner said to you, because you have that. You have arrogance. You just are at the point where, again, right now, I'm one of the guys. You do your 8 and your skate. But me and you had this conversation the other day where you said you can't turn that shit off. And when you are in there doing your thug dizzle, and your coworkers is in there and they bullshitting and they fumbling around and they're getting in your way and stopping you from doing what you're trying to accomplish, and you kind of fucking, you don't bark, you bark and you bite, and it's like, motherfucker, like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like, come like that the chef comes out and you don't even mean for it to.
No, but I do. So when it comes out in there, it's because y'all doing dumb shit that affects me, like the water on the floor thing.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like when they off doing other cook shit, I just don't mess up where I'm working at. And as long as we got that clear, like, this is my area, like, you do whatever you want. It don't bother me. I'm coming in here to do exactly what I'm coming in here to do.
You know, like, if I was young and I was coming up in it, and I was working where you work, we just happened to work together, I would look at you as like that's the grumpy old head bull. Don't fuck with him. Leave him alone. Because he does his thing and then he just leaves. He don't talk too much. He don't ask nobody shit. You might be able to ask him a couple questions on a good day, but for the most part, leave him the fuck alone, yo.
But that's the thing. You can ask me anything and I'll give you the answer. But if I tell you exactly what to do and then you do the exact opposite, then what am I talking for? You already know me. I don't like to talk much. Even doing this is me talking a lot.
Yeah, you know, you biggest.
I hate you, bro. Fuck
you say, God. Yeah, I know.
But even over there, just one of the new person, they just hired somebody. So my exec Sue was like, I need you to train this person. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you gotta pay me.
Right.
So he was like, I'll take care of you. I was like, all right, good talk. So then, I'm showing her stuff. I'm like, this how you do this. Like, and so she's like, so you're the leader in here, huh? And I was like, no, I just do this one thing and that's it. She was like, no, you got something with you. And this go back when I said they don't know I'm Superman.
Listen, people know, bro.
So listen, I was like, I'm not the leader. I just accepted the role that was thrust upon me. I don't want it. So she was like,
you know who you sound like?
What's up?
You sound like me, deflecting.
No, I'm deflecting there.
Deflecting is deflecting wherever it's
You
at.
deflect every day. In your work life, personal life, you just Dikembe. No.
You don't get it out. It out of here.
I just deflect there because I don't even want. I know I ain't gonna be there long because I know exactly where I'm going.
So where are you going?
I told you I'm going back to the crazy shit.
No, I know that, but do you have a place in mind, a city in mind?
Two places.
Two places in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping them close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
But it's definitely the crazy shit.
Okay.
For sure. And was what I know.
Are these two places that you have in mind too expensive for me and the babe to come and eat at?
I just comped the shit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, come on, dog.
Because I remember the only reason I say that because I remember when Adam was having the conversation with Shorty at Burger King, mm-hmm. and he was saying how people pay 5 times more to eat at his restaurant than they would to come here, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Yeah. And then you see the scenes when you see the Rolls Royces pulling up, mm-hmm. and everything else, and it's like, okay, yeah, like when they had the
But the thing is, you're not. What I wish they would have touched on, what I know now, you're not paying for the food, yo. You're paying for the experience.
Yeah. You're paying for the experience. You're paying for the ambiance. You're paying for all that, and
I don't care because I don't work at this place no more. We used to charge $9 for a baked potato, though. Mm-hmm. Guess how much we paid for a set potato?
What?
12 cents.
Yeah.
So, but when you came in, it was amazing. It was immaculate. Service was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But you going to pay $9 for that baked potato. You're going to pay $13 for mash. So, and it's a la carte. It's not like it comes composed.
Right.
Well, if you go in there and buy mash, that's
genius,
all you
though.
Getting.
That's genius because a lot of those, not a lot, damn near all of those top tier, upper echelon places, all they shit is a la carte. Mm-hmm. If you want to try everything, you have to pay for everything. Mm-hmm. Now, the one thing I can say that I love about the upper echelon, top tier restaurants like that is everybody has their station. Everybody is doing what each individual person is supposed to do.
One specific thing.
One task. If you're garde manger, you're garde manger. If you're saucier, you're saucier. If you chef de cuisine, you that guy. If you do desserts and pastries, you're that person. If you do veg, you're that person. So on and so forth. Because
And then the scale and the ranking goes, how much do you know? Unless you specifically just be like, I only want to do this.
right. No,
Like,
exactly.
like, it was like my first week at this place, at one place, 1,000 covers. I was like, I gotta. This is dumb, but it's kind of needed. You kind of gotta. Whenever you go into like a new restaurant where you about to work, you kind of gotta prove yourself to people. What I did was idiotic. Will never do this shit again. It was 1,000 reservations or so. Ended up with 1,150. I say I'm gonna work sides by myself.
You gonna do sides by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sides by myself. I said, just give me an expediter. Call out the checks. Don't even turn around to help me. It turned into a show because everybody's like, is he really doing it? And it's like, oh shit, he fucking did it. And then I leave, it's like, just so y'all know, like, I'm good, I can hang.
Right.
You don't gotta worry about me. I gotta worry about y'all. So unless somebody wanna do this, attempt this, I mean, the bar is set. But that was a shot to everybody under me, everybody over me. What's up? That's that during my tenure of like, I don't want to do this shit no more. That went away. Came a little docile. It's like, man, I could do it, but I don't want to do it. Now I got the wolf back.
Mm-hmm.
Demon.
So did you give any thought as to how long you would want to do this for again once you get back into it? Before you become complacent again? Or
Oh no, there's no
before you officially say, I did it, I left it, I came back, did it again, now I'm officially done.
cash out.
Okay.
When this take off, for sure.
Right.
And then when there's no more bags to get, I'm out. There's one there's one bag I need.
Okay.
It's a number.
Okay.
I need that number.
I mean, then shit, for all you know, you can segue and get your Zakarian on and be on a tube somewhere.
This is the groundwork, the foundation for that.
You know what I'm saying?
That what I'm doing, what I'm about to do now, for personal and pride reasons. This is passion.
Right.
But that I gotta go do that.
You gotta go do that.
Let my swan song. So there you have it, man.
All right, well listen, that makes sense.
What you got for motivational, man?
So for motivational, I will say to everybody, don't allow yourself to be, and I kind of said this earlier, so it's fresh in my mind. Don't be anybody's pincushion.
What you mean by that?
Don't set yourself up knowing that 9 times out of 10 you're going to get let down to make somebody else happy.
Okay.
So it goes back to like, if people know that they can have their cake and eat it too, they're going to.
Yeah, it's cake. That's what you're supposed to do.
So why set yourself up to be manipulated, let down, used, abused, whatever the case may be, because you're hanging on to the notion of what was or what could be versus what is.
For sure.
Because what is what people are afraid of. They don't want to look at it as what it is. They want to look at it as what it could be. But what it could be may never happen.
Right.
So don't even, if you see it going left, sometimes it's the uncomfortable thing to do. Sometimes it's the thing that we dread the most. But there's no better feeling than putting yourself first in a situation, knowing that in the end, you're going to come out of it all right. It's going to suck for a while, which will be okay. So, don't set yourself up to lay down and let people walk all over you on purpose.
For sure. No, I feel you. For motivational, it's just gonna be real cheesy. Life be lifing, don't let life derail you from your dreams.
That's not cheesy.
I mean,
No,
I feel all right. I got
it
you.
was
Yeah.
it was eloquently said.
Yeah, life be life, and sometimes life will just take you someplace else. But when you got dreams and passion projects and just things like goals, life is doing what it's supposed to do. It's just building you to make sure you're ready and you're strong enough to earn what you about to get.
You couldn't have said it any better.
So even this, a lot of sleepless nights. We at the stew now. We, told Jay like, bro, man, we appreciate it because like this shit, we was losing sleep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We was
Plus,
struggling.
just like we said the other day, when me and you was rapping, we didn't even know that we were actually grooming one another all these years with everything to be sitting here in these 2 chairs.
That's for sure. I told you I couldn't have done this with nobody else.
So, it just goes to show the universe will let you know exactly when you're ready. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready. And believe me, do not try to force anything. Just let it happen when it's supposed to.
Oh, no, yeah, listen, bro. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
These past couple, bro, I learned my lesson. So, it's...
There you go.
It's crazy for me now.
All right, well,
wait.
That's it for this one.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us for another week of the Food Jawn podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, be safe. Don't be crazy out here. And best believe we look forward to getting back with you guys next week. So until then, peace.
Love, peace, and chicken grease.